Welcome back, ghouls and gals. It is the most wonderful time of the year. I haven't done too many videos with Christmas horror recommendations, so today I wanted to focus on 10 horror movies revolving around Christmas time that you guys have maybe never seen or ones that I've never talked about. If you're looking for some holiday horrors to set the mood, I have 10 movies today, 10 recommendations. So get your pens out, get your letterbox list ready. I do have a whole letterbox list comprised of every Christmas horror movie I've ever talked about on the channel. I will leave it linked down below if you're looking for more inspiration. So let's get right into it today. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give this a thumbs up, subscribe for more, check out all of my links down below if you would like to see any more of me or support the channel any further. Let's begin with a personal favorite of mine, Christmas Bloody Christmas from 2022. It is Christmas Eve and Tori just wants to get drunk and party, but when a robotic Santa Claus at a nearby toy store goes haywire and begins a rampant killing spree through her small town, she is forced to battle for survival. Now, this is directed by Joe Begos, and if you've seen any film by Joe Begos, you know what you're getting into. This movie features 487 uses of profanity, with an average of about 6 per minute. So if you like that and that's your kind of movie, well, Joe Begos, he's got you covered. But let's go all the way back to 1980 for this next one. Christmas Evil, dressed in his red suit, Harry, a toy factory worker, decides the only thing he can do to save the spirit of Christmas is to become Santa Claus himself and make all of the naughty townspeople pay in blood. Now, John Waters considers this the best, greatest Christmas horror movie ever made. He even recorded commentary for one of the DVD releases, which I think is really cool. Okay, I have talked about 1974's Black Christmas. I have talked about 2019's Black Christmas. That was a chore. Let's bring it back to 2006's Black Christmas, as the residents of sorority house Pi Kappa Sigma prepare for the festive season. A stranger begins a series of obscene phone calls with dubious intentions. Now, for all of my Supernatural fans out there are 20 actors in this movie that are main cast and supporting cast extras that all appeared in Supernatural. 20 actors. So I dare you to watch this movie if you are a fan of Supernatural and point out every single actress or actor that you recognize from the show. At number 7, we have Await Further Instructions from 2018. A family's Christmas takes a strange turn when they awake to find themselves trapped inside and begin receiving mysterious instructions through the TV. Now, with this film, the director wanted to make us feel the tension, the holiday family tension that could go on with, you know, in certain, if you guys have watched Gossip Girl, like Thanksgiving, there's always holiday tension. And I feel like this is the kind of vibe that this guy was setting out to make, where like the whole family just doesn't quite mesh, you know? But this next movie, I'm surprised I have literally never talked about on this channel, and that is Gremlins from 1984. After getting an exotic small animal as a Christmas gift, a young man inadvertently breaks 3 important rules, unleashing a horde of malevolent, mischievous creatures loose on a small town. This is directed by Joe Dante, like Piranha Joe Dante, like Small Soldiers Joe Dante. He has his hands in so many different properties and I love it. But speaking of Gremlins, I have my little gizmo right here. In Cantonese, Mogwai loosely translates to demon or devil or gremlin, hence the name of the film. Okay, we are halfway done. Let's talk about Red Christmas from 2016. A mother must protect her family on Christmas Day from a demented stranger hell-bent on tearing them apart. If you are a Dee Wallace fan, this is a movie that flew completely under the radar for me. It's not the greatest, but she is like, she will carry every movie that she's in on her back. Have you guys seen Pooka? From 2018, a struggling actor takes on a seasonal holiday job as the mascot for the year's hottest new toy, Pooka. However, after putting the costume on, he develops two personalities, one as himself and one as Pooka. Now, this is technically season 1, episode 3, I believe, of Hulu's Into the Dark series, but this is a full-length feature. Like, it is an hour and 20 minutes, so don't think it's like it feels like an episodic thing, I guess, but it really is its own property. I would also like to recommend as a double feature the movie Clown, because I feel like they both have the same kind of theme where something is put on, a costume is put on, and then you are cursed. Okay, let's talk about a recent favorite and an absolute gem, Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale from 2010. A young boy lives with his reindeer hoarding father in Arctic Finland. On the eve of Christmas, a nearby excavation makes a frightening discovery, and an evil Santa Claus is unleashed. The father and son in this movie are actually father and son in real life, and I think that is fantastic. They have a wonderful dynamic, and we actually watched this movie for the first time with Joe Bob and one of his Christmas specials, I believe last year or the year before, but it was a real treat for a Christmas film. Let's move into the opposite direction of horror, though, into a religious horror movie with The Leech from 2022. A devout priest welcomes a struggling couple into his home at Christmas time, and what begins as a simple act of kindness quickly turns into the ultimate test of faith once the sanctity of his home is jeopardized. This was shot during the pandemic with a very minimal cast. This also comes from the same camp of people from Joe Begos' crew. So if you like Joe Begos films, this one you will like just as much. And finally, at number 1, talk about an absolute gem, The Sacrifice Game from 2023. Christmas break 1971. Samantha and Clara, two students who are staying behind for the holidays at their boarding school, must survive the night after the arrival of uninvited visitors. But this comes from director Jenn Wexler, who is Larry Fessenden's writing partner, and I knew there was a reason I liked this movie. I am a big fan of Larry Fessenden and that whole everybody that he works with, and I just think she's such a fantastic writer. The cat is down here. This is Bean. He likes to walk in front of lights and projectors and anything that has some sort of light source. He loves it. Speaking of Christmas, one year for Christmas, my parents, we always bring, because we live in the same building, so we always bring all five of our cats down to their house or to their apartment to have Christmas, because that's our family. Like, we don't have kids. We're not having kids. We have cats. So that's how we celebrate. So one year I was transporting that little devil Bean downstairs, and he must have got spooked because he jumped somehow and off my face, and he sliced my water line open, like in my eye, and I bled and I bled. And it was Christmas Day, and I was cooking Christmas dinner, and it was such a stressful event. Oh my goodness. But on that note, let me know what your plans for Christmas this year are. Every year for Christmas, we show my parents a movie that we think they would like. They don't have good taste, I should say. They do not have good taste at all. But they love a natural disaster movie. They love movies that have some sort of element of a natural disaster. So we are showing them this year Leave the World Behind. I think it'll be fun. Last year we showed them Deepwater Horizon. It was sad vibes. But my dad has a major crush on Julia Roberts, so I think it'll be a good pick. And as always, I am cooking Christmas dinner. I cannot wait. I love leftovers. So let me know what you're watching for Christmas. Oh, we will be watching Stranger Things. Have you seen part 1 of season 5? Let me know. I could just ramble and yap at you all day. I'm gonna cut myself off right here. I'll see you soon. Sayonara, Spooky Fam.